Hi, my name is Rob Neves. I'm a storyteller. I'd like to offer you the gift of this story. This is the story of Jebediah Sassaphrass and the Wiggly Giggly Moo Juice. Jebediah Sassaphrass was a farmer, and he loved his job. Loved everything about it. He loved being in the tractor, he liked being in the fields, he liked being in the barn, and he loved milking cows. Every single day, Jebediah would do the same thing. He'd wake up with the break of dawn, put on his overalls, and walk out to the barn. He'd open the door to the barn, and he'd close the door to the barn. And inside would be his cows. He'd say, "Hello, girls," and they'd all say, "Mmm." That's a happy moo. He would do his job. He would feed them, he would clean them, he would milk them, and when he was finished, he'd go home, have some breakfast. Well, this morning he was just finishing his peanut butter and jelly bean sandwich, and he was reading an article in a magazine about farming. He read it at first. It was very interesting. It was saying that some people had tried playing different musics for the cows, and some of the cows responded by making more milk. Well, this is wonderful. You see, if I play the music, the cows will make more milk. If they make more milk, then I can sell that to more people. If I sell it to more people, I can make more money. And if I make more money, I can buy more jelly beans. And I do love jelly beans. He thought, this is great. I'm going to try. Where should I start? Just then his son came in, home from school. He said, "Son, I have to ask you something. Do you have any music you think a cow would like?" "Dad, I was to tell you, this is like the best music in the world. And it's like really, really rocks." "Great, what is it?" "It's track 2 on this album, Poison, Rotten, Flaming Underwear. You just play it 2 and then really loud." Okay. So he tried it. The next morning he was up with this break of dawn. He put on his coveralls and he walked his way out to the barn. He opened the door and he closed the door. He saw his cows there and he said, "Hello, girls." And they all said, "Mmm. I have a treat for you." He fished out the CD that his son had given him, pressed play. He started doing his work. Well, when the music started, it was horrible. It was kind of herky and kind of jerky and really, really loud. So as the milkers went shh, 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 in the background you could hear this screeching like, well, they listened to it. And the article was right, because at the end, the cows had made this much more milk. And now he could sell to this many more people, and he could make this much more money. And then he can buy this many more jelly beans. And I do love jelly beans. He was thrilled. This was great. This is the best thing he'd ever thought of. He didn't really like the music, but the cows did, so that's all that matters. When he got home, he made himself some French toast with jelly beans. When the phone rang, he answered the phone. "Hello, Jebediah Sassaphrass. Yes. Yep, that milk came from my farm, yep." "What? Okay, let me get this straight. You're telling me that when your kids drank milk from my farm, they started jumping around the house going, Yeah, no, I have no idea why that would happen. I don't know. You know, maybe they're watching too much TV. Yeah, okay. That was weird. But the phone rang again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And there were a lot of people that were not very happy. I had a feeling that music was the wrong choice. Just then, his daughter walked in. He said, honey, can you help me for a second? She said, sure, Dad. He said, I'm kind of wondering, do you have any music that a cow would like? She thought about it for a second. Daddy, cow music is just so strange. But you know what? You might like this music because it's got a really good beat, and the guys that perform it, they do it all the time. And when they do, the girls all like scream and stuff. So maybe they'd like this. She handed him her iPod. He didn't even really know how it worked. But she said, just press there tomorrow morning. And that's what he did. The next morning he was up with the break of dawn. Put on his coveralls, iPod, and he walked up to the barn. He opened the door, closed the door, saw all the cows and said, morning, girls! And they all said, Said, I have a treat for you. We're not going to do any more of that weird stuff. I have something I know you'll like. Pressed play, just like he was supposed to. He started doing his work. Well, soon, the music started. It was kind of herky and kind of jerky and really, really weird. And it was kind of like this. Boom, boom, boom. Well, he didn't like it personally, but the cows didn't seem to mind. So in the background of the milking machines, he could hear boom, boom, boom. Well, I can't tell you how happy he was. Because after everything was done and the chores were finished, the cows didn't make this much more milk. Now they made this much more milk. He could sell it to this many more people. He could make that much more money. And he could buy this many more jelly beans. And I do love jelly beans. Well, this is wonderful. He sat down to his jelly bean pancakes. And he thought, this is just the best thing that's ever happened to me. I knew I should have trusted her right from the... He answered the phone. Jebediah Sassaphrass. The person on the other end of the line was irate. Yes? Oh. So you're telling me that this morning, when your grandma had some of my milk in her tea, that suddenly she started jumping around the house going, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how that would have happened. Yeah, you know what? Maybe she needs to go out for a walk. Yeah, you know what? That's always good advice. The phone rang again, and again, and again, and again, and again. No one was happy with the milk. Just then his wife walked in. She said, why do you look so upset? He said, oh, I've been trying to play music for my cows, and I can't find something that they like. She said, Well, I've been taking these salsa classes. Maybe some of that music would be nice. I don't know. Do you think? Why not try it? Again, the next morning, he was up with the crack of dawn, put on his coveralls, and with him, he had a little CD. On it, some music, some salsa, some merengue, some other stuff. He went to the barn. Old MacDonald had a farm. He opened the door, and he closed the door. He saw all the cows and said, "Hello, girls," and they all said, "Mmm." He said, "I have a treat for you. No more jumpy, jumpy, bouncy, screamy things. I have this is for my wife, and she always is right. So I'm just gonna put this in here, and we'll press play, and we'll see what happens." When the music started, it was kind of herky and kind of jerky and really, really weird. And it went like this. I don't really like it myself, thought the farmer, but the cows don't seem to mind. So he did his work. And was he ever surprised? Because when everything was said and done, there wasn't this much more milk, or this much more milk. There was this much more milk. And he sold it to this many more people. And he's going to make this much more money. And when he does, he's going to buy this many more jelly beans. I don't know if I told you or not, but I do love jelly beans. This is awesome. He ran to the house, but as he got closer and closer, he started remembering the phone calls. This time he wasn't even hungry by the time he got... What's that? Jelly bean muffin? No, I can't. I'm worried that the phone's going to go... Ring. Hello? Jebediah Sassaphrass, this is... Yes? Milk comes from my house. Yep. No, I'm not sure why that would happen. No, I've never heard of another cat drinking my milk and then jumping around the house going... So yeah, I don't know. That is kind of odd. But maybe your cat just needs to eat a mouse or something. Okay, all right. The phone rang again, and again, and again, and again, and again. No one liked the milk. Well, he'd given up on it now. Because he loved farming, he loved doing it, but he didn't want people angry with him. Or grannies jumping and kids bopping and cats, whatever that was. So the next morning, he just decided, I'll just milk the cows. Got out of bed and put on his coveralls. He walked out to the barn. He opened the door and he closed the door. He saw his cows. He said, "Hello, girls." They all said, "Mm." "Sorry, I don't have any music for you today. We're just going to do the chores." And he did. He started cleaning them up. He started feeding them. Then he started milking them. But as he went on, he kind of forgot about the people who were disappointed. He started thinking more about how much he loved his job and how grateful he was that he could be a farmer and how many people needed him to do his job well. He started feeling happier and happier. He started humming his favorite song. And in the background, you could hear the milking machines. And he just kind of hummed louder. When he looked down the row of cattle, he noticed that as he hummed, all of them were swinging their tails in unison. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a cow. E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here moo, there moo, everywhere moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm. He sang. He sang his heart out. The cows loved it. When everything was finished, he didn't make this much more milk. They didn't make this much more milk. They didn't even make this much more milk, but they made this much more milk. He could sell to this many more people and make this much more money and then buy this many more jelly beans. And I do love jelly beans. Oh, you're so excited. This was fantastic. It was just, wait a second. What about the telephone? He went back to the house and he waited by the phone. The first call was from his mom. Sorry, Mom, I can't talk now. The second call was from his neighbor. What am I going to do? Hello, Jebediah Sassaphrass. Yes, that milk came from my farm. Oh, you loved it. Well, thank you very much for telling me that. Have a nice day. Instantly, he felt better. He felt like he was doing a good job. He felt like the cows really enjoyed the music. And he felt like some jelly beans. Did you know? I do love jelly beans. And that's the end of the story.